Good morning, my dear students. My name is Twayna. I am currently available at the Hamlet Tuition Center, Brahmatul, Kathmandu. If you want to contact me, it is 9849135739. I'm also available currently at the Kumudini Secondary School, Kalimati, Kathmandu. My dear students of grade 10, this is your science class, and in our science class we have been discussing about the topic life cycle of invertebrates, and last time we discussed about life cycle of silkworm. Yes, and today we are going to discuss about sericulture. Sericulture is an occupation, just like agriculture, horticulture, or floriculture, yes, apiculture, just like that. Sericulture is also an occupation in which large number of silkworms are raised for commercial production of silk fibers. Silk are produced by silkworms at the end of 5th instar larvae stage. Silkworms produce silk fibers at the end of 5th instar larvae stage. Yes, and the silk they produced are actually used for making cocoon. The silkworms produce silkworms produce silk, and they cover themselves with that silk, okay, and that silk forms silk covering forms the cocoon. Yes, and what farmers do, they boil the silk cocoons, okay, they boil the silk cocoons so that the larva or worm inside the cocoon will die, okay, and then they take out the thread from cocoon, and the thread is spinned into fibers. They take out fiber from the cocoon, and the fibers are spinned into threads. The threads are then shipped to fabric industries, where they are fabricated into cloth. And silk cloth, they have very high market value. They have very high value in the market. Okay, so sericulture is an occupation. Yes, it is related to production of silk. An occupation which is related to production of silk. Any confusion up here? Okay, let us go to next slide then. There are some precautions that needs to be taken during sericulture. Okay, first of all, when the eggs of silkworm hatches, they immediately need to be supplied with their food. As I already told you, they are voracious eater. As soon as they come out of egg, they need food. If they don't get enough food, then they will die due to starvation. There is no way that you can save them after they are born if you cannot provide them food. So if mulberry is in short supply, then you should not let the eggs to hatch. If mulberry is in short supply, you should not let the eggs to hatch. If the eggs hatch during the shortage of mulberry, then what happens? They do not get anything to eat, or they do not get enough to eat, and they die. Okay, so what you can do is you can keep the eggs in refrigerator. If you keep the eggs in refrigerator, they cannot hatch at 4 degrees Celsius. Although you should not store them below 4 degrees Celsius, because the eggs might die below 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, however, if you store them at 4 degrees Celsius, then it prevents the larva from hatching. And as soon as the larva hatch, if you do not store at refrigerator, as soon as the larva hatch, they start to feed voraciously, and if they hatch during shortage of mulberry leaves, they will die soon due to starvation. That is why during shortage of mulberry leaves, the eggs must be stored in refrigerator at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, next point you need to keep in your mind is, when mulberry leaves are available, you should not take the eggs directly out of the refrigerator and keep it in room temperature, that means 25 degrees Celsius. You should not do that directly. That might cause heat shock and the embryo inside the egg die. So what you should do, first you should raise temperature gradually. Okay, first from 4 degrees Celsius to 18 degrees Celsius. Keep the eggs at 18 degrees Celsius for few hours. Only then you take it to the room temperature, that means at 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, you should introduce the temperature gradually. Okay. Next one, the worms must be protected from bird. The larvae of the silkworm, they are highly nutritious. Okay, even if you want to eat, actually you can eat it raw. These larvae of silkworm, actually you can eat them raw. You don't even need to cook them. They are easily digested. Okay, so birds like to feed on silkworm larvae very much. So you must keep your silkworms safe from bird. Bird are the nemesis. Okay, if you are going to be a silkworm farmer, then birds could be your worst enemy. Yes, so you must keep your silkworms safe from the birds. Okay, number 4, as the cocoon completely forms, it must be boiled or placed in an oven. So I already told you, when cocoon is formed, what you do, you should put it in boiled water or you should place it in oven. Okay, so keeping in boiled water or oven, it kills the chrysalis inside. Let me show you the previous picture. Okay, here. Yes, this is the chrysalis inside the cocoon. The chrysalis is developing, and when the development of chrysalis is complete, it starts to produce a saliva-like substance, and that saliva-like substance moistens the cocoon. That saliva-like substance moistens the cocoon near its mouth, and which is finally broken. After breaking that much part, it comes out. The imago comes out of the cocoon. Yes, and after that also you can extract silk fiber from this, but the breaking of cocoon breaks the silk fiber into hundreds of pieces. Okay, if the cocoon is not broken, then you can take out silk fiber as a single thread. From a cocoon, you can take out silk fiber as a single thread if the cocoon is not broken. Okay, that gives better quality to the fabric. That is why farmers boil the cocoon. Farmers boil the cocoon in water so that chrysalis inside dies, and if the chrysalis dies, then it cannot complete its development and it will not break the cocoon. Okay, that is what given here. As the cocoon completely forms, it must be boiled or placed in an oven. It kills the chrysalis developing inside the thread. Developing inside, and thread can be extracted as single piece. Otherwise, the chrysalis fully develops into imago, which dissolves a portion of cocoon. It breaks the fiber into several small pieces. And the last point, a few cocoons must be spared for the purpose of seeds. If you boil all the cocoons, then how will you get the eggs for next batch? Isn't it a problem? So you must keep few cocoons safe so that they can hatch into adult, and then they will reproduce and lay eggs, and these eggs will be used for your second batch. Okay, if all the cocoons are boiled, then eggs will not be available for next batch. Okay, these are the precautions that you need to take in sericulture. Let's go to next slide. See the characteristics of silk trade. Silk trade is one of the most excellent quality fiber available in nature. Okay, so compared to other fibers, silk thread is very long fiber. It gives a very long fiber. Up to 1000 meter of thread can be obtained from single cocoon, but that thread would be too thin. That thread would be too much thin. Yes, you must combine, you must need several threads to make workable thread, and that workable thread will be woven into clothes. Yes, okay. And the fabric of silk is very smooth. It is so smooth and it does not cause any kind of allergy. You can wear natural fiber like wool, isn't it? But wool causes allergy, so you cannot put wool directly on your skin. If you want to put on woolen sweater, then you must wear something underneath. Okay, you must wear a shirt or t-shirt or something underneath. Only on that you can wear the woolen t-shirt, woolen sweater. But in case of silk, although it is natural fiber, it does not cause any pollution. Sorry, it does not cause any allergies. Okay, you can directly put on your skin. Yes, and they have very high luster. Luster means they are shiny, and that's why they are very attractive as well. They have high tensile strength and does not break easily. These fibers are very strong. Okay, tensile strength means they are very strong, and they are elastic as well. If you stretch them, then also they will not tear easily. Okay, and then they absorb water easily, so they dries up faster, and they can be colored easily. And when you put color on silk clothes, it becomes shiny in that color as well. Okay, not just raw silk is shiny, but after coloring also it retains its shininess. Okay, that is why silk is very attractive fiber. Okay, next one, economic importance of silk. See, in medieval time, silk was the most expensive and most sought after fabric. Most sought after means many people seek to obtain silk. Many people want to wear the garment of silk. Yes, the clothes made up of silk, because silk was very expensive. It was very much attractive. Yes, women look very beautiful in silk clothes. That's why they want to have a silk clothings. Okay, but silk was very rare, especially in European countries. They don't get silk in Europe, but they have to get it from China. Okay, silk is produced in China, and to trade for silk, they must bring some tradable goods to China, isn't it? They sell these goods to China, okay, and then they buy silk, bring the silk back to Europe. And just for trading silk, a vast network of land, of trade route was established in medieval time, just for trading silk. Okay, and that road is known as Silk Road. Even today that road is known as Silk Road. Let me show you the map. Okay, look at this map. India, and here is Nepal, below the Himalayas. This is China. If you see here, these are Vietnam, and then Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar. These countries are here, and you can see Korea, Korean Peninsula. Here's Japan, yes, and up here it is Russia and Mongolia, isn't it? So you can see, starting from Europe to the China, many roads are constructed, and all these roads, they were constructed, they were developed only for trading silk. Nowadays the same road is used for many other purposes as well, but they were originally created for silk. Okay, and this road through Punjab, this road is used for trading Indian silk. India also produces silk which have different quality. Anyway, so from this example you should know that how much silk was valuable in that time. Just for obtaining silk, just for trading silk, this much vast network of land was created just for trading silk. Okay, that glorifies the silk, isn't it? Silk Road. Okay, next point. Okay, look here. In medieval times, silk was considered the most expensive and most sought after fabric. Since it was imported from China, European merchants bring in a lot of different goods to China for trading against silk. The vast network of road was constructed for trading of silk alone, which is known as Silk Road even today. Next point, even today, silk is mixed with other kind of fibers to make advanced, more attractive and highly durable fabrics. For example, silk plus pashmina. Well, 100% silk is almost very expensive, because you know silk is obtained in very small quantity. To make a meter of cloth you need more than 3000 cocoons. Just to make a meter long silk cloth you need more than 3000 cocoons. Okay, that is why silk is usually mixed with other kinds of fabrics. Okay, that makes the fabric more attractive and stronger and highly durable, such as pashmina plus silk. If you mix silk in pashmina, then the pashmina shawl itself becomes very attractive, and pashmina itself is highly sought after fabric. Yes, know the history. When British people were settled in India as East India Company, when British people were settled in India as East India Company, a war was raised against Nepal. You know that the Anglo-Nepal War, the war between British East India Company and Nepal. That war was fought to free the trade route to Tibet. And what do they want from Tibet? They want pashmina. They want pashmina from Tibet. Okay, so the war between Nepal and England, that was fought for pashmina. English people, British East India Company, they want to gain access to pashmina. But for Nepalese people, that means giving up certain piece of land to India. But Nepalese people were so proud to make any treaties with them. Had they made treaties, then there would not be any war, and Nepal would be able to keep all of its land. Even today, Nepal would be 3 times greater than present map. You must have heard about Greater Nepal, isn't it? Okay, so certain people back then, such as Damodar Pandey, they were eager to make treaty with British people, but Bhimsen Thapa urged not to make the treaty. Bhimsen Thapa urged that we should never trust the foreign people, we should make war. So the history says he was a warmonger instead of hero. Okay, next one. Silk thread is used for stitching wounds and surgery cots. Since silk thread does not cause any allergy and it does not cause any reaction with our blood, it is neutral to our system, so it can safely be used for stitching our wounds and surgery cots. Yes, during surgery, very large cuts are needed to be made. Okay, and if that left open, then blood loss could be the cause of death. They must be stitched together, and for stitching, silk is used. Harmless fiber silk. Okay, any confusion up here? Okay, I guess there are no more confusions. If any confusion, you can contact me through Messenger or Viber. Okay, or you can directly call me also. Okay, that much about silkworm. Okay, in according to our syllabus, we need to discuss about second insect, that is honeybee. And starting from our next class, we will start to discuss about honeybee. Okay, what you need to do today is take all those notes. Okay, okay, pause the page and take the notes if you need. If you need, you can also go back to the previous timing. Yes, if you have missed any of these points. Okay, I'll show them again, just in case if you missed any of the pages. Pause the page and take the note. Okay, that's all for today. We'll see you in our next class. Thank you, class.